We are. A couple minutes have passed. We're gonna go gold and dark. It's just beautiful amber color tea. Lots of nutrition in there. Here's my sugar water, and that's just pure cane sugar and water. You can see it's already got a golden color on its own. Comes from the plant material. Okay, so we're all stirred up there. We're all good. So we're gonna stir this up, and this is gonna get split up into two different pots. So you just wanna make sure this is good and mixed. There, and just let the vortice do the work. you can actually see the intermixing of channels. It's really a really good. It's interesting how efficient a pot is at mixing a variety of compounds together. And as we know from science, technically everything is unmixable. Should we be able to replicate the exact physics of what occurred in the pot to mix it? In this case, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. We don't have machinery that is that complex. So that's done. And so what you have here is you have clean water, you have tea, and you have sugar. And this is the ingredients for kombucha. And what you don't have in here is the SCOBY, and that is that guy right there. So if you want to grow your own SCOBY from scratch, I use GT brand kombucha. So what you would do is you would take this liquid, you'd put it in a vessel like this, and you add a couple bottles of GT. And now this thing's been sitting for a month to grow this nice healthy SCOBY. And so this tea, while I am going to drink it, is probably going to be more on the vinegary side. It's not going to be very good because this guy was just getting up to speed. He had to build his whole home. They had to build their entire colony. Now my hand has been cleaned, and so you can see this. These guys had to build their home, and so this is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. You can see the processing plants, and really what it's doing is it's dominating this resource, the sugar tea resources, the nutrients in the tea plus the sugar for fuel, and it's dominating that, and it keeps out any other microbiological invaders by dominating the resource. It creates a nice seal around the edge, and then it's dominating. You need air to process these materials, or this particular culture needs air to process these materials, so it just dominates that layer. And it's got some really cool mechanisms. It inflates underneath itself to keep it aloft. There are really cool mechanisms that go on in place in the biology here that allow it to, let's say, get rid of, isolate components it doesn't want to be part of the culture. And I've seen that happen many times. Very interesting to watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this into, basically I'm going to take this. Yeah, so it's strong. It's a really strong brew, but it's I think it's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna process it with a little bit of ginger juice and a little bit of apple juice, and then I'm gonna let it carbonate on the counter for a couple days. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back and I'll wash this and this vessel, and I'll put the SCOBY back in. So I will pick this video up in a little bit.